Quicksilver Galactus is quite the combo. Baxter building here, letting us continue to win here is nice. I was glad to see you cook with Terax deck, Jeff. I saw some other content creators right off immediately. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. That type of comment would be like a red flag for me. I have no idea which creators you're talking about that are saying that card was a write-off, but like not understanding that Terax's kind of effect was posed to be really reasonable with Darkhawk is like, it's a pretty big yikes. This is an interesting consideration for sequencing. The possibility of this happening means that maybe I should have played this second. Although I guess this gets a point now. I'm gonna jump this to here so it can be at a location that we're winning to make the Galactus bigger. Although I guess I'm playing the 22.1, so it doesn't matter. So we lose the Juggernaut. We lose the Teenage Warhead. We lost priority, so we're shake-proof. Yeah, unfortunately, we're well past a world where being shake-proof is enough. Thank you, Baxter building. Weird stay from the opponent. They know the Galactus is face up, so they knew we had the points there. That's just one more cube, though, I suppose. Big dub number did its job. What's my temperature on new Galactus? It's probably a playable and almost certainly boring card. I actually think Galactus is one of the worst types of designs they can put in a season pass. I think your season pass card should look like Merlin and Mr. Fantastic, where they encourage your players to experiment with things and have different options. Having your season pass card be very linear, do one specific thing, is not a good choice, I don't think. Yes, I would assume it sells less as well. Agree with that. I think it's bad from both a gameplay and business perspective. Okay, so in theory, we're gonna Silver Surfer a copy Iron Patriot here. We are not playing against a human being, for anyone wondering. In case there was any doubt in the minds. Not a human being. I guess we could have lost to a destroyer on the right, huh? Thankfully, it's a bot designed to throw. Manny Bamonte. Victory. Thank you for the 98 months. Hope things are going well at the new gig. Wait, my Surge showed me that one. Does that mean she has one waiting to split? Oh, I am waiting to split her. Rude. Bananas. The new Surfer is basically, think of her as a Mystique for a non-reveal card. Or she's an absorbing man. Her text box gets overwritten with a random on reveal at her location. When you win it the first time. Can we get a 2-drop? We have 5 of those. Looking for a 2-drop. Yep. We were 5 out of 8 there. Yep, that's a good step. Anytime the Quicksilver player misses their turn 2 play, you should zap them. Domino just got buffed. Yeah, but in order to play Domino, you have to not play all the really good 2s that we're playing. It's possible we're supposed to Surge here. Although Circe into these cards on the right's gonna be kind of fun. I hate everything so much all of the time. I hate it. I hate it all. Why don't you want me to play your game, Brood? Why don't you want me to play your game, brood? Marvel Retreat's a very stimulating game. Well, I was about to say, despite getting hosed, I'm going to continue playing to the right here because it's statistically correct, but Murray Island changes that dynamic. And I'm gonna snap Quicksilver and Iron Patriot here on the left. Alright, probably end of turn pile of cards here. Odin will be a nice one, hopefully, yeah. Alright, so we've lost the left. I'm gonna put the energy on the left here just to like, it lets them know I'm not competing there, but realistically I'm not competing there either way, so.
Are ye worthy?
Does that let me compete on the left? So they have priority, so their car's going to activate. But I'll stop the Human Torch from doubling. If I don't Mercury there. The Rock is left behind. They're not gonna fill here. Oh, and actually, I can blow it up because the Human Torch is going to get bigger because it's gonna get 2 from Fantastic Art. So we're gonna kill this. This is fine then, because the Torch is the one that's dying. I might lose the center. We're good. I'd also like the record to reflect that this has not been uncommon in the games we've played so far. It's like we got to the last turn of the game here, and the Galactus was just like the worst thing to be doing from our hand, right? Like I had the 618, and that's honestly part of the problem with big 6-drop design in Marveled Snap in general. Is it's like, okay, I could build my deck around Galactus and create this big thing, or I could just Cannonball or Shang-Chi or Shadow King Orange. Like, the 6-drop needs to be more powerful than the more efficient tech cards. And it's very difficult for the 6-drop to be more powerful than the more efficient tech cards. Honestly, this might be snappable. Like, I think I should have snapped on one. We might have gotten a game of Marvel Retreat even if I snapped on one, but I definitely should have snapped on one. Oh wait, Merlin looking like that when it gets the thing means I have a split pending, right? Sure does. Got so excited when I saw the Crackle. Merlin's a card we play enough of. Him and Surge, I'm resplitting for Gold Crackle eventually. Somewhere over the rainbow. Six drops are not supposed to be tech. They are threats, I think. Sure. But on the last turn of the game, that's when you play your powerful tech cards. So other cards that you would be playing need to be comparable to those. Your choice on the last turn is play your big thing or break your opponent's thing, and breaking their thing is often ideal. Events occurred. There were some things that occurred here for sure. Yes, Surge into Silver Surfer first step seems quite good. Also seems good with Wiccan. I don't know about the details of this particular deck, but I feel with some confidence Wiccan Surge Surfer, like figuring out what the details are there seems quite good. Yeah, Gwen as well, honestly. Like, the thing to figure out with this is like, okay, what is she doing that other cards like Wong before her weren't doing? And the answer to that is she's a card that lets you double a 4 the turn you play it. So curving her into a good on-reveal 4 to double it up right away is quite strong. Oh, there's a lizard here. I'm still playing this though, yeah? Play doesn't change. Magento. All right. You insist, Axton.
Victory. Frame break.
Yeah, there's always that small oh shit moment when Magneto flips up. You're like, oh god. It's so hard to parse exactly how it's gonna impact the board until it just happens. Like it's grabbing what from where?
Oh, snap.
Big Nidavellir when I'm not in Shagdex may be a little ambitious, but Quicksilver into Surge into Silver Surfer seems quite strong, yes. I mean, glass half full, this is a good top deck at least. Why is Surge better than Pedro here? Because Silver Surfer could double Surge if we hadn't gotten viciously discarded. Oh, they have a 2/8 Mercury. Can Galactus be his own herald? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't think so. And they have my Mercury, so I can't Heimdall pivot out of the right lane, which is what I wanted to do. You think they're moving Mercury? Why? Why are they moving Mercury here? You think she goes center? All right, fine. We'll Heimdall lose the game as is our bird given right. Wait, did we Heimdall win the game? That's illegal. It's not allowed, gamers. Stop cheating, Jeff. Yep. nailed it.
Victory.
To be fair, the Heimdall's the Iron Patriot card, so like they're never playing around it there, right? Those are the best Heimdalls, the ones where they don't know they're coming. I mean, one drop's a one drop, yeah. If I surge and hit a 2 or a 4, I'm happy, right? Oh, this is a human? This is a human. Okay. Whoo! Oh. Yeah, you can't Death Strike Mobius anymore. Fun. Could kill the Nova. Yeah, I could, but that's really worthwhile. What did they discard? Invisible Man. Cannonball looking real bad here without Mercury. I want a YOLO for 1 cube here. Pucker up, Buttercup.
Victory.
That. We won a 25%er in my Marvel Snap. It's more likely than you think, gamers. It's more likely than you think. We'll keep the surge bonus going here, but... Yikes!
Opponent snapped.
I don't think I can stay against the Shang-Chi deck.
Escape.
They're playing Sarah Control. Or Sarah Monkey, whatever you want to call it. They're usually a Killmonger deck too, and I have a 1-drop in. And what's it called? I need to play Merlin so we can stay on curve here, I think. That's a pretty good one. And then I'll get Silver Surfer with this. I should just stop be snapping. They're gonna leave it. I'm gonna be sad. Alright, we get to play game. That's exciting. Savor the flavor, gamers. Savor the flavor. Nate Lovejoy, thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back. How's the new Silver Surfer? I think second dinner missed and got their season pass cards backwards. I think Silver Surfer is a pretty interesting card that we're going to be building a few different things around, and I think new Galactus is incredibly boring. I think I want some extra energy next turn. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Do you once in future the Sage because she's okay to redraw? I like that idea.
Behold my mighty hand.
Are Wiccan still active on turn 80? The sound effect on Galactus is good. Yeah, the thump is very satisfying.
Victory.
I really hate... I fragged someone in chat there for making the accusation that Second Dinner intentionally put the more boring card as the season pass headliner. And I know that, like, the average person consuming game content has, like, the memory span of a goldfish, but, like, we're literally coming off of 2 seasons in a row where the season pass card was, like, a perfect example of a good season pass card design that was very flexible and widely playable. And really, truly, wholly, if you think the Marvel Snap economy is bad or awful, you should go spend some time playing Pokemon Pocket or one of the plenty of other digital card games or gacha games out there that has an absolutely dog shit economy compared to Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap in its current iteration is genuinely one of the most reasonable digital card game economies I've ever interfaced with. And I know pointing that out and running the numbers doesn't farm you Reddit karma or likes on Twitter, but it's the truth. I put a bunch of 2s here and then none of them die, right? Because this is something that I think Second Dinner doesn't get remotely enough credit for, is one of the reasons why Marvel Snap's economy is so good is in no small part due to the fact that Marvel Snap's game balance is also really good. Marvel Snap is one of the only digital card games I've ever played where they consistently release new game pieces that are playable, but they don't accomplish it simply by power creeping everything constantly. I think we're playing against not human givers. Marvel Snap is genuinely the best balance game I've ever experienced. Same. They're very, very good with their balance passes. Saint Lovejoy, thank you for the 29 months, by the way. I missed that one a few minutes ago. What was the worst deck ever to play in Snap, and why is it Old Leech Leader? Yeah, and honestly, talking about Old Leech Leader reminds us that they weren't always really good at game balance, and they figured it out along the way, right? Like, there were plenty of times in Marvel Snap's early history where game balance was not good because they weren't doing balance passes. Game design is hard, And I don't expect companies to always get it right, but what I do expect is for them to iterate on it. That's what makes Marvel Snap such a well-balanced game, is their willingness to iterate. And not just be done.
I am Iron Man.
People always have this really silly idea. Whatever you talk about game balance in games like this, people always make really boneheaded comments like, well, they should just balance things right the first time. And genuinely, in my opinion, if games like Marvel Snap aren't missing on balance some amount of the time, they're actually not doing their job. Because the only way you perfectly balance a game like Marvel Snap is if you never do anything remotely interesting or risky with your designs, and you just churn out the same slop you know is okay. It's the same as true of anything. If you're not failing to some degree, some amount of the time, you're not really innovating. Innovation requires a willingness to fail. And it's not the failure that defines what you're doing, it's how you react and respond to it. And the reason why Snap is such a well-balanced game is because their reaction times are good consistently. They're not afraid to be like, oh, we messed that up, let's do it again. Let's change the details, let's smooth out the edges. Flamin' Swag, thank you for the 31 months. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Most gamers can barely balance their diet and they think they could balance a video game. Woo! That's a harsh and deeply personal cut. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm not certain you should have said it out loud. Ooh. It's potentially a piece of candy. Second Dinner is a terrible company who wants you to buy their stuff for money. Big if true. I heard a Luke Cage deck. Am I winning the right through a Luke Cage? So I'm just saving the cannonball for the last turn, Steric, where we're likely guaranteed to punt it into the bar. The problem is I'm not sure we're winning the right even. Like, I think we're definitely losing the center, and I'm not sure that we're winning the right through a Luke Cage. It's gonna be close, I think. Yeah, we lost it by 1. was really close. I mostly stayed just because we were getting to limp in for one more. Recently been playing a bit more, and I've been trying out the first steps end to turn deck. Did you ever feel like you just didn't have enough space for Squirrel Girl? You don't always play Squirrel Girl on one. One of the things about Squirrel Girl with Marvel Boy in that deck is she can often be like an end of game play. So like fill your lanes up to hit your what's it called? Fill your lanes, etc. bonus. Well, I was optimistic about winning this, but they just made 2 Nazi bees. Ooh. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I accept. Humbly and graciously, I accept. I don't know that we're winning the game, but this is fun at least. He ate the spell, chat. He ate the spell. Yeah, Strange Supreme is actually kind of insane. I agree. These were pretty nuts hits overall, honestly. What killed Guardian? Strange Supreme made him. The problem here is I don't know that we can actually win this game, which it kind of comes down to the crux of the Galactus problem. Yeah, okay, Wiccan's active. Like I think the Bulls, if they have Modok, we can't win, right? I guess I'll do this and limp for 1, but won't be surprised if we die here. Yeah, actually just cooked on the right. I'm gonna gain 2 more there, but it's not enough. I'm about to gain 12 more. OG Galactus would have won the game there, yeah. I think the core of Marvel Snap's game design makes it really hard to find a compelling reason to play a card like this. And even comparing him to something like Red Hulk, I don't see how you can really justify, like, maybe you play him in addition to Red Hulk in some decks, but like, this is so much easier to get points out of without you having to manipulate what you're doing. It's just a little variance based on what your opponent's doing. The Silver Surfer aspect of this deck, copying Gwenpool and Wiccan, is really sweet, but I honestly think we probably would have won more of those games if we just would have had an Enchantress or a Shang-Chi or Red Guardian or whatnot. Like, when you're playing a card out on the last turn of the game, it has to be comparable to powerful tech cards, and this card does not feel comparable to a powerful tech card. Because a powerful tech card, I could play it and something else because they're more resource efficient, right? Yeah, I feel like the amount of power a big dumb 6-drop that I have to work a little bit for has to provide to be playable is just significantly more than I get out of a Galactus First Steps. With Dracula, I don't know, maybe, like, but once you're playing with Dracula, like, the types of Dracula decks have a hard time dying to tech cards or getting outsized still, too. They're, like, marginally more efficient, but you're spending 2 cards for that efficiency when you could just be breaking their stuff with 1, right? Yeah, and honestly, someone said similar to Thing First Steps, five energy cards that largely just make a number have very similar issues too, right? Like, the numbers that they feel comfortable putting on 5 energy cards, especially 5 and 6 energy cards, especially ones where you have to build your deck around them, do not seem like they're remotely good enough to keep up with, like, where Snap is as a game as a whole.